That's where we have me. Scott's here with a new, somewhat setup, and our beautiful co-host Joe, as, as always. And in this episode, we do have a very special guest, uh, name of Slater, and I will let him introduce himself.
How's it popping, King? I was cycling through which voice and you just hit me at the wrong roulette token.
Damn.
It was like I was like committed to Alex Jones and then Deku came out last second. I'm so sorry. Hey gamers. I'm Slater. I do YouTube and stuff, but not really because I post like once a month. So it's well actually statistically like once every 4 months, but that's okay.
But they're banger videos.
uh, they could get better. I'm working on getting them better. I oh gosh. I spend so much time between videos and I like want to say it's all editing, but it's not. I like get caught up playing like Dying Light or some random game and then I'll be like, "Oh yeah, I recorded something 2 months ago." And then I just don't get around to editing it. Like right now I'm sitting on 40 hours of Minecraft and like two full different game playthroughs and I'm like,
Jesus,
I can get around to it."
40 hours of Minecraft.
But
Christ.
it's Minecraft's weird though, because like when it comes to content creation in Minecraft, there's very distinct avenues you have to go down towards, and there's like the one of like hermitcraft of like, oh, I have these mega projects that I want to get done and working on these massive farms, and then there's another avenue that's like, uh, it involves children. No,
Whoa.
well, kind of,
Whoa.
kind of. It's weird because the target audience is very young, but the
Granted,
type
with
of
Minecraft.
content they do is like react content and like just like trying to be obnoxious as humanly possible. And like no one above the age of 20 years old is watching like, "Hey guys, today I went on my server and I harassed someone for 33 minutes." It's like I see that, I'm just like, dude, you
I
might.
harassed children for 36 hours, and here's what happened. It's like a fucked up Mr. Beast video.
I put 300 kids in a pit and made them fight till they died. No one won.
There was no escape. They were surrounded by a TNT boulder.
So halfway through the video, they're just not even paying attention to the pit anymore. They're just off doing their own thing. As you're seeing death messages pop up in chat. Oh, there goes another one.
Jesus Christ. Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, dude, speaking of like reaction to Minecraft stuff, I was like this was like early into my streaming career type thing. Especially when I decided to be a pngtuber at least. I got invited to a Minecraft server by another one of my friends that I'm still kind of friends with. Their name is Devil Love. And their server got a hacker in it, and all they did was fly around and like destroy all of our shit. Like it was really sad, but then we come to find out their channel is a bunch of fucking that's just their entire channel is like destroying servers for no reason, just to get like VTuber reactions.
Yeah, no, it's insane. Like, and they think that's their niche, and they're like, "I'm gonna make it huge." If we find that channel today, we could probably see they haven't posted in years. They like fell off, or not even fell off. They never had anything, but like they just stopped playing because like it's not fulfilling at all. Destroying and making other people feel sad. Like some people stake their entire content careers on that, and it's like, how can you do that like more than once? Because like once I can understand if it's a joke that everyone's in on. Doing it to random people or just to like make people mad in the post, you're like, "Haha, look at this cringe person reacting because I destroyed his house." Like
It's just not fun.
I don't know what type of reaction they're going for, but I feel like the audience is just gonna be like, "Dude, stop posting."
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, that's how I feel like it's like in the same vein as like prank channels. At least like not wholesome prank channels. It's like back in the
Mhm.
day when I was like a dumb 14-year-old, I was like, haha, person got pranked in the grocery store parking lot and lost their ham. And it's like now it's just like, bro, that's just fucked up. That ham is like $36 nowadays.
Oh, there's some like some classic pranks that I remember watching. Like I was homesick from school and I'm just watching TV and like this guy's just like going in stores and he like sucker punches someone. I'm just like that's the funniest thing ever. Like I totally want to replicate that at Safeway next week. And I did because like when it comes around to it, like you're in the grocery store and there's a guy and you're just like I want to punch him in the balls. But then you have a moment of clarity like I don't want to do that. And these grown people on TV and YouTube that are like, they get like 1.6 billion views, or they used to. Like those channels just do not exist anymore.
Oh god,
Like
no.
prank channels are so different now. It's in a better way altogether. Like when someone does post things in a similar vein, there is usually a very negative reaction. Like come on, dude. Like this isn't 2006. You can't just like
Yeah. It's met with like negative, majorly negative of just don't do this anymore, man. I think
yeah.
some of my favorite ones, at least on like the positive side, is like there's this one that shows up on I think it's YouTube Shorts or TikToks, and it's just a dude with a megaphone that does like positive cat calling. And I think it's the funniest shit.
Those
I would say,
guys. Oh,
huh?
nothing.
I was gonna say the only time that, well, I actually have like a story about like having like some kind of prank happen to me. It was literally I was walking to a grocery store because I was 18, 19 at the time, walking in to get some chicken.
Yeah.
Yep. And randomly this guy pulls up. His girlfriend's like, "Don't do it, don't do it, don't do it." He's like, "Hey," and like bent down like he's like, "Fuck your face." And I'm like, "Okay." And I couldn't hear him at the time because I was like, "I don't know what the fuck you're saying." And I just started walking and he was just the disappointment on me not like reacting. I was just like, "Okay." I just walked in because I was fucking hungry. It was like 11 in the morning. Just woke up like an hour ago. Drove to the store to get some chicken nuggets. And
This
I
was
ruined his day because I did get pissed off at him.
oh no. Why would you do that to him? He was just a poor content creator.
Dude, I don't even think he was a poor content creator. He was in like just a shitty like 1998 fucking Honda Civic. His girlfriend's in the like, "Don't do it. He's gonna hurt me or whatever." I'm like, I just walked up, looked.
He's gonna hurt me.
That was the time too when I was jacked. Just like, okay, I just walked.
Just start earth bending at him.
Fucking chicken nugget bending, bro. He's got the nuggies. He's gonna hurt me.
Oh no! Get out of here! He's got a firm grip on my nuggets.
He's got no dipping sauce too.
I cast torsion. Gah! End his
my,
career.
my children. I assume that was not the main topic that you prepped up. But,
Oh, me?
Any of us.
For
I don't know how we got there.
But no, that's it. Since you are the guest Slater, did you come with a topic at all?
Kind of, but I'm not. I don't like bring it up. If we can segue into it later, I'd be
Okay.
perfectly fine with that. But nothing on the top of my head that's like utterly important right now.
All right. So we will throw it to Joe then. Joe, did you have a pre-planned topic?
I have a topic. I don't know if it's pre-planned.
Well, okay.
Okay.
Sure.
Actually, because I'm not a streamer, and both of you guys either like post stuff on YouTube. Well, you both do, but like streaming stuff like that. I actually have. Do you think it is worth it now to get into like YouTube and streaming as kind of like side business as a main job, or something like in today's era of like everyone's streaming or everyone's posting on YouTube, trying to make it big.
Oh.
Sorry, I was drinking Fanta. Whew. This stuff's so bubbly. That's actually like very in line with the topic I was looking at too.
Oh,
Yes.
I'm not gonna
sorry.
lie, that was also the topic I written
Yeah.
down.
I would say 100% yes, right now is the greatest time. But the problem is the best avenues on both Twitch and YouTube are through TikTok. You do not grow audiences on either of those platforms very well if you're not posting TikToks, which is
Mhm.
like the single most vital thing in content creation right now, which I don't do because I don't like short form content really. Like I
Mhm.
didn't enjoy making like short videos to send for friends for like haha funnies, and like I will spend 2 or 3 hours just like editing down like a 6-second clip for them because I think it's hilarious. But then I'll be like consciously thinking I should totally post a TikTok, but I'm like, I don't wanna. Like I would rather work on my long form content and like kind of grow my channel up to like I want to start like working towards getting 50 videos out just so when someone visits my channel there's a lot there. But
Mhm.
it's like a lot of people I feel their fear is like because there's so much saturation they got to figure out what sets them apart from everyone else, what sets them apart from the next person that doesn't have many viewers. And do either of you know who like Casio is or
I
Queso?
don't.
Queso, yeah.
So he's a guy that posts a lot of TikToks. He's a larger fella, and most of his TikToks were like basically overweight jokes about him, and just him reacting to them in his chat, like kind of making fun of him. But he is very positive. He is very like like mods get this guy banned, like very much so like
Yeah.
you know what's coming when you see his face. It's gonna be funny because it's Queso. He's hilarious, and this guy came from literally nowhere, and all of his streams are getting like 30,000 consecutive viewers, and he's just playing some like random game, and it's like he went on a podcast. I only know this because I saw it on TikTok as well. Like I'm on TikTok way too much at work. He went on a podcast and he even said like the way you do it is you need a 4-hour high energy stream and then get as many clips from that as possible and just spam TikTok, and that's like the best avenue to growth, which is really weird looking back because it's so different than like originally the path forward was like people say like what's this saying, it's like consistency is key.
Mhm.
Mhm.
It's not, it's really not. Quality is key, quality has always been key. Yeah, you want to put out like as much as you can, but it's all
Mhm.
about the highest of quality in the most concentrated amount of time as possible. Do either of you know Fitz?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Fitz 2016 came out of nowhere, or 2016ish, and all of his videos were just like really well edited. He had absolutely no schedule. The dude didn't post for an entire year, came back, got like 2.2 million views day one. It's like I don't know. People, the question is like, should people want, or should they feel like they can make it still, or is it too late? And it's like it's never too late. It's
Mhm.
never going to be too late. You just like at this point, there's no more low effort content. There's not going to be another XQC where you sit in front of a computer for 18 hours and be stupid and do absolutely nothing for 18 hours and
Mhm.
get thousands of viewers, because people don't want that anymore. They already have like so many people that do that. Like XQC does that, Hassan does that. Uh Actually, I guess it's really just those two. They get the most hate for it.
Yeah, pretty
So,
much.
like they got the two different like ends of the spectrum. Just like people don't want that. Like, and so when someone goes into content creation, they go in thinking like, oh, this is gonna be so easy. This is gonna be so much fun. And they post a video and they're like, this is the greatest video ever. But then they try to watch their own video and it's unwatchable for them. And then
Mhm.
they show it to a friend and it's unwatchable to their friend. And then they show it to like they're afraid to show it to their parents because it's just bad. It's just them making the same dirty joke 60 times in 10 minutes, and it's just like, okay, buddy, like
Mhm.
I can pull up a million videos just like that. Is that Hawaii? No, is
Uh,
is
this
this
is
Fiji?
Probably.
Sorry.
I know I'm watching it too. I'm like, damn, this is beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
I got comments saying like we don't really like the psychedelic and like just trippy stuff, like casual looking color things. They're like, we like the nature aerial shots. I'm like, all right, we're going back to the nature stuff. So
Okay.
that's where we landed, is on nature. This is just
I just
random
realized I
aerial
was-
shots.
Yeah. I was
What you
like
could
talking.
do
I was
is
like,
just like,
so engrossed.
yeah, I was gonna say like put National Geographic on the background, no audio, we just talk over it.
Well, I like finding these videos because they have like peaceful music in the background too.
Mm-hmm.
That's like, I put it on a little quiet, but it's like it's still there. So it saves me time from like editing and like background music later.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Because like
I totally
So-
forgot my train of thought.
hit you with the Fiji.
Yeah.
But like the content creating, I guess, like, since your brain died, I will take over. But like I share the same opinion pretty much. My stance is on, like, if you're going in for the money, like if you're a streamer and you're like, oh, all these like big names, Ludwig, Hassan, XQC, they make billions of dollars just playing video games and sitting there and doing nothing type stuff. I think it will never work out. Sometimes it will if you know what you're kind of doing. Like, oh, I'm going in for the money, and I know how all the algorithms kind of work. Then it might work, but it's like, I feel like your audience won't see the passion behind your content at that point. And for me, at least, I started content creating to make just videos, because I started making videos in 2014 or 2015. And that channel is long gone. It's still technically my personal channel, but I don't post on it anymore. But like, I made videos that were like Slater was saying, they were hard to watch, and it's like they weren't overly bad, but they were just like, there's no effort, there's no editing effort, because I didn't know what editing was at the time. I think I was doing everything at Movie Maker anyways, and it was just like low effort. And then around like 2019 or no 2016, I was really big into Rainbow Six Siege, and I started making like music videos, and those were actually, I was like really proud of. Like, not overly proud. They were obviously still pretty bad videos, but it's like I could watch them and I liked them and I felt good about them. And I did those out of purely liking Rainbow Six Siege and liking making videos on them, on that game at least. And then like Destiny came around and I did that too. But I think around moving forward to like the end of 21, start of 22, I decided to take streaming more seriously. Because prior to that, I was like kind of streaming, but I wasn't like a pngtuber or a vtuber or any uber at all. I was just streaming and threw up like Persona 5 gameplay, no talking. And I was like, no one wants to watch that at all. People come to a streamer for, escape of their reality, maybe to watch a game they're slightly interested in, and then like a personality they can kind of get behind. Like, there's a few successful people that can do like no commentary, but it's like, it's very, very hard to not have a personality and just play a video game. So I would say the aspect of like passion behind your stuff, like Slater was saying, quality is definitely key, which I think is like a big thing for like viewers, because it might be the time I grew up, but like long form content is, in my opinion, way more fun to watch than short form content, because you can do a lot more in a like actual YouTube video. I'm not saying TikTok isn't the way to go, because TikTok is almost certainly the way to grow.
Could you almost say TikTok is more like advertisement to get you to the long form
yeah,
content?
I think so. I think TikTok, YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, and then just like posting shit on Twitter or Blue Sky or Facebook or whatever other social media is commonly used.
Vine.
Yeah, Vine. But I think like I don't know, as a streamer, like for me at least, what I do is I record anything and then I later make clips out of that streaming. It's a little low effort, but it's also like I take those clips and edit like the subtitles in and kind of try to make them a little bit more funnier than probably what they are. Like I just went through like 6 clips or something over the past couple days, just trying to like make them better to watch. And I think a lot of them come out that way. A lot of them are just uni yelling, but that's besides the point. But like,
you get so many clips like that.
it's so funny. But I think the quality is there. It's just like trying to pump them out fast with good quality is probably the most difficult challenge. And also I think people don't understand the aspect of content creating is not just going live. While it can be, it's just I don't think that's how you're gonna grow per se. You definitely need to learn editing, and I've been slowly learning how to edit over like the past like 2 years, and it is a rough time.
I think one of my friends, I don't know if I can say his name so well, but he put it best where he said, people will really go live for 8 hours a day and then think that they're, quote, on the grind. like, buddy. I know he's like, they'd go live to Nightbot and think they're on the grind. It's like,
Nightbot hits you with the ads are starting soon. Oh, my biggest fan, yes! How'd he know?
let me open on my phone so I make sure to get that revenue.
I there are a lot of streamers that go live for like 8+ hours a day. And like, buddy, that's a job. You're doing a job for no pay, which is crazy. My headset's about to die. That's also crazy.
Whew. People should not be going live for 8 hours hoping that they get enough money to like feed themselves or like to do something like that. It's like if you are going to the lengths of streaming for 8 hours hoping for like 5 subs in a day,
That's a crazy expectation.
Get a job, get a part-time job, and you will be in such a better place. Like if you're able to survive on streaming that little, imagine how much just a consistent $10 per hour guarantee.
Imagine what that Walmart cash does for you.
Like, oh, but my stream won't grow. I've seen the statistics. 1 follower per month is not that great. Like you gotta.
God damn, that's better than me though. No.
I don't want to say like people need to learn to give up. I'm trying to say people need to learn that they're not putting in the right type of effort. Like going live for 8 hours, that is effort. I'm not going to take that away from people. That is hard work. That is a lot of mental exhaustion. And if you enjoy doing that, that's incredible. But if you're trying to grow, especially on Twitch of all platforms, going live is not enough. It will not be enough. For Twitch, like especially with VTubers, one of the most important things that VTubers can do is start like networking on Twitter and like kind of going for making friends and playing with them if available and helping each other out. Where like if everyone every once in a while gets another viewer that's consistent and then they host someone else, like over time people start helping each other grow very consistently and very well. Like you and I have been watching this guy that's like he's gone from 0 to like 600 followers in a span of 2 or 3 months, and it's like 99% networking on his part, and it's just insane. I wish I had the ability to network that well, but I'm just like I'm not the type of person to go out of my way to like say, wow, I loved your video. Like I'll like the video and be like, I'm putting in work. That's the big milestone for me because I don't like much stuff on YouTube. Like if I like someone's video, they'll never know it was me, but it means a lot for me. Like
yeah, I think I'm in the same boat. It's like I'll like a tweet and I'm like, that's my networking for the day. And
We're
it's
gonna
just
see this one on the timeline.
they're gonna see my name out of the hundreds that have already liked this. But like, I also try to do the networking thing, and dude, it is rough for me because I have like a lot of social anxiety when it comes to stuff like that.
Oh
And
yeah, it's scary.
like I'll have a fucking like amazing 2 sentences, and then I'll hover over like the enter button for like a solid like 30 minutes. Like I'm like, dude, is this gonna bother them? Oh god, oh, am I gonna fucking die? Are they gonna kill me? Are they gonna hate me? It's like I did, at some point I just need to be like, shut the fuck up. Either send it or don't talk to this person.
See,
The-
where I have the opposite, where I just post everything or anything that I have
Yeah.
on my mind.
And this is why you're here.
The
banger
one person
tweet
that doesn't
is
have the
like-
problem talking isn't the person like streaming. I randomly talk to everyone on the street. Like, hey, how you doing? And we just go on for like a 2-hour conversation about absolutely nothing. I don't know.
Listen, that'll
I
be
think-
the special. We'll just have you walk around a grocery
yeah.
store and testicular torsion people.
I heard testicular portion of people.
Portion?
That's what we're calling. What we're calling them now.
Yeah.
But pretty much that, like the networking and stuff like that, it sounds like just any other thing in life. If you want to get ahead, you need to talk to people. You need to figure out how to do that, and then present your best self,
Yeah.
whatever you're doing.
It's the same thing as
Yeah.
like a normal job networking. Pretty much.
Well, yeah, and it also, from what it really does sound like, streaming, whatever it is, when you're promoting yourself, because that's what it is. You shouldn't give out shitty things. Like if you're an artist, you don't give people your shittiest artwork and like this is gonna sell. It's like you need to work on that. Give them your best artwork that you can ever get to potentially sell more.
Exactly. It's making a name for yourself. Like
Yeah.
for anything. Like it isn't just streaming, but it's like producing, like for art in general, is like producing what you think is best, and then like networking and pushing it out there and promoting it is the way for most art. And then like obviously normal job is like networking with the people of higher ups, and like maybe your friends can help you get a job and stuff like that. And it's essentially the same mindset for streaming, where it's like your friends are other streamers or other personalities you can bring on. Like I brought you on for streaming because I thought you would be, really out there and help me out because I'm an introvert and you're the extrovert, and it's like you would help me bounce ideas off for this podcast. And then like there's Slater, where it's like he's another streamer and I can kind of bounce shit off of him as well. Be like, hey, what's up? Do you want to play some fucking Minecraft and shit on some kids or some shit? I don't know. But like
In Minecraft.
let's go play Hunger Games. But like it's stuff like that, and it's like I think that's the general idea of like kind of successful streaming is the networking part, and then the quality. Like there's never like a YouTube quality to streaming, because like it's kind of hard to get all of that going. There are definitely some successful people that make their streams like super high quality, but like you can't edit live pretty much unless you have stuff pre-edited and ready to go.
But then you're just a React channel.
Yeah. Well, yeah, basically.
I also have another question whenever you're ready.
Yeah, go for it.
Do you guys think that the expense to enter like streaming and stuff like that is like do you think that you need this amount of money in like computer monitor stuff like that before you can actually just enter, or can you just use your phone and hopefully live stream like a game or something like that and then post that to eventually get enough revenue? Or should you hold off and buy like a mid-tier tower and like some camera and stuff like that? If that
Um,
makes sense.
while I don't think there's a barrier necessarily,
Mhm.
If
it's later. I'll let you take it off and then I'll jump in.
if you want to start building model airplanes, you're not going to go to a hobby shop and go for the most expensive thing you can find.
Mhm.
You're going to go for something that's within your budget. Hi, Uni. You're going to go with something that's within your budget, and you're going to be kind of just starting out slow. For a lot of people, they already kind of have their version of the basic model airplane. Like if they have a computer that can run Valorant at like 70 frames per second, they're
Mhm.
not going to be able to stream very well, but they shouldn't be aiming for a 1080p 60 FPS stream. It's okay if they like try to stream at like 720p 30 FPS and just kind of get a feel for it. Kind of taste the water, see how it's going. And after about 6 months, 3 to 6 months, if they're still enjoying what they're doing and they're having fun, then it's okay for them to start investing into like upgrading their quality. But it's like the main intention for newer streamers and everything shouldn't be spending as much money as possible thinking that there's an ROI in the future, a return on investment in the future, because you just need to do what makes you happy at the beginning. Like if you're having fun and enjoying what you're doing, that's the most important thing right off the bat. You're not going to be like it doesn't make sense to start off expecting to spend $2,000 to even take your first steps, because that's like, what if in 2 to 3 months you realize this isn't for me, I don't want to continue with this, then you're just $2,000 to $3,000 out. And it's like, I can understand with at least upgrading your PC for better quality,
Mhm.
and you're like been enjoying gaming for 10 years, then at that point it's like, okay, this will also help my stream, but I'm still going to keep using my computer even if I stop. So there's like, if there's side effects of like it also increases my stream, cool. If it like catalyzes you wanting to look into upgrading your PC with starting streaming, that's cool. But if the raw intentions are, I think I've got what it takes, I need to start investing a little bit of money in order to get started, that's just wrong. Because
Mhm.
like, if you haven't even started yet, there's no reason going for the most expensive Gondams. There's no reason to be going for the 10 rated original Charizard cards. Like you gotta like get a taste for the community. You gotta like understand what you're actually getting into. And I've seen so many people like, they like start streaming at the highest of qualities, and it's just like, what type of like, they're like, yeah, I got a 4090 to start streaming. I'm like, buddy. like, like buddy, that is more than my entire PC combined. Well, maybe not, but that's expensive. I
Mhm.
forgot my microphone's stupid. But like, no, I've definitely like fallen into that where like my microphone is a million times better than it needs to be.
Mhm.
But at the same time, like I've been in the, like, I want to say quote, in the system for like about a decade now. I've been wanting to work towards this for a long time, and I was
Mhm.
thinking I might as well get at least this at the highest quality right off the bat, because I know for a fact I'm going to continue making this content,
Mhm.
and I just want to make sure that at the very least my audio quality is always going to be peak, and then in
Yeah.
the future I can upgrade my PC to increase. But like, I'm not going to upgrade my PC to play games at higher quality, because that's not, it's a lot of money. Like if I have
Mhm.
to upgrade my motherboard, CPU, and RAM all in one shot, I'm not gonna do that for recording. I'm gonna
Yeah.
do
Yeah,
that just because the time comes.
yeah. And I think like I don't know if anyone was gonna say anything after that, but I was gonna jump in with my thoughts on this. Um, but like there's like a quote or something I heard, not like a super like in-depth quote, but it's like people will tolerate a bad audio, but they will
Mhm.
not tolerate stuttering visuals.
Yeah.
No. Who
Or
told you that?
it's the other way around. I was about to get to that, and it was like it was one or the other. And while I can see why, uh, going back to the beginning, I don't think there's a barrier to a lot of it. Like I started streaming with a 960 graphics card and like the cheapest of cheapest gaming PCs,
Mhm.
because like while I knew I wanted to play games on PC because I like playing video games, um
Mhm.
you didn't need to be like super in depth with a lot of the stuff you have. And what's my train of thought in here? It's like, like I have all these upgrades now, but that's because I've also been doing content creating for like 8 years or something, like 2014, 2015.
Mhm.
While those channels are dead, it's like the quality of like increasing of what I wanted to do is there. Like I knew I wanted to content create. I just didn't know what form to take and how to do it. I knew it was going to be video game related because I like playing video games and that's what I like to do. And so I've upgraded throughout the years. Like I upgraded to a better PC to play games at a higher quality, and now I have a 3080 for no fucking reason. But like the microphone I have now isn't a fucking Shure MV7. Like there's no reason for me to have this like mic at all. But
Mhm.
the side effect and like this is kind of what Slater was saying. Like he wanted like better quality, and the side effect is like the stream got better.
Yeah.
I bought this microphone with the like while it was the intention to get it for better audio, I also have the idea of like I do want to try voice acting in a while, and
Mhm.
I was thinking a better microphone would help voice like kind of kick off the voice acting thing. The problem is I have no fucking self-confidence, but the microphone helps. I can throw a blanket on my head and get like some really good, not acoustics, the opposite of acoustics, but like good quality.
Noise dampening.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that. But like that helps. You you literally have my old microphone that I used to use,
Yeah.
and it sounds still really good.
Mhm.
That's in like an 8-year-old mic, and it still has really good quality. I think it's like what, a Blue Yeti or something,
It's a Blue Yeti. Yeah.
and like it still sounds pretty good. Like it kind of had a tin can when I first started using it, but it's like it doesn't really sound like it does. But
Mhm.
like you can see the upgrades that I've gotten. Like in it's kind of like in the VTuber world. Like you kind of upgrade your model as well
Oh yeah.
every once in a while.
Well, and
But
I think the reason for me asking this is because I've been like, I thought about it years and years ago. I think I started thinking about like streaming or kind of anything like that, I think back in like 2014, 15. But then at the same time, like, I had no money. I was like really young. I was a teenager back then.
right,
And I was just like, what, like, how do I get to this point? Because I grew up on a farm. We really didn't have any like internet, like anything that would be useful for streaming. But at the same time, like, I think it was just like I didn't see it as, oh, I can get some cheaper stuff that can get me into that area, instead of just like I took it as like I need to have the highest quality stuff, because if not, I'm not going to be able to get in there. And I don't think there's that. I somebody telling like newer streamers or like teenagers or stuff like, hey, you can start here, and then eventually, if you like it, same thing. Like I'll watch like woodworking videos, and I'm like, okay, let's get this like really high quality Festool stuff that are $1,000 per tool.
mm-hmm.
But at the same time, you can just go to Harbor Freight and get some cheap tools and start there and figure out if this is what you want to do, instead of spending thousands of dollars on stuff that you might use once. And I think there's kind of that where, and it might just not be where I am, but also I feel like there is this like lack of information, or people like, you need to start here, and it's like you don't need to start there. You can start wherever you want, just as long as you want to keep doing it and don't spend that money. Like,
Right.
don't spend $40,000 or $4,000 like me, where I was about to spend $4,000 on just a PC, no monitors, no nothing, to
Damn.
build my own PC.
Uh,
And
yeah. I mean, it's definitely an
I didn't.
investment. Okay, I'm glad because like you don't know if you're gonna stick with it yet. I
Yes.
believe. and it's definitely like. And then you also have like if you do that, you get like the sunken cost fallacy or whatever it's called.
Basically,
Yeah,
you spent
you
the
do.
money, now you have to use it.
Yeah, you have to do it for what you thought you were gonna do, and then even if you don't like it, it's you still have the obligation or feeling to like do it.
Oh yeah.
And it's like I like there's been a few times like that. Like I got really into archery, like for like a year, and I bought a bow and arrow for like $100, and then like the next month I was like, fuck it, I don't care anymore, and now I just have a bow and arrow. But I I understand, and also like saying that and like getting like at least for me, I'm still in like the starting form of like
Mhm.
growing, I guess. I know I've been doing content for a while, but it's like I'm still technically starting, and like
It takes people
it
forever.
it does take forever, and it's just like
I mean,
I think that this is a good point of view from smaller creators,
Mhm.
because like you can constantly ask the big creators like how'd you do it, what'd you do, and it's like they do have sound advice and it does work for them, and
It did work for them,
yeah,
but it's
and
not gonna work again.
yeah, it's you can't just emulate what they did and just run with it. Like you can't like I'm a really big fan of Ludwig. I like Ludwig, and but if I were to emulate Ludwig, it would not work. I don't have the personality. I don't have his like set of things to make his ideas work. His ideas are his and work for him. Yeah, boys. And mine is more of, you know, I'm kind of a deadpan dumbass, and I like to play video games, and then I can kind of edit funny things through YouTube and stuff. But it's like my ideas work for me. Sometimes they work for others, and then he has the classic yoink and twist. Like I could probably take something and twist it for my own set of skills and personalities, but it's like everyone's starting is going to be a little different. Some people will explode immediately. Some people will stay in the shadows forever, and that's just the unfortunate reality of like content creating in general. At least, like everybody wants to explode. That's like the goal, but like it's not going to happen for like
Th-
99% of the people.
I disagree. I think everyone has equal opportunity to explode, just not everyone's going to, because it there's more than just effort required, and it's not luck. It's
Oh god, no.
it's funny
I
that
was
you,
about to ask about that.
There's like maybe
yeah,
like 1% luck.
very minimal, like very small amount of it is luck. Like luck is Mr. Beast. He is 100% based on like look at like pull up an image of him and look at him and tell me he should be anything but a gas station clerk. like, like the guy made his fortune by
That's the first thing that comes up.
this guy made his fortune by kind of torturing himself by counting to 1,000,000 while he was like in the background also watching Naruto. But that's even like he's doubling down. He had to both watch Naruto and count to 1,000,000. It's insane. But no, like all of his beginnings was very much so just like I'm gonna do this thing that's boring and torturesome, and then people watch it. Like people will skip around and be like, okay, surely he messed up at some point here, and he'll get just like hours and hours of watch time of like maybe 100 people that are trying to catch him tripping up a little bit, but he doesn't. He just counts to 1,000,000, and it's like PewDiePie. PewDiePie is just he is prime example of like in it from the beginning, and if he started making videos right now, his editors carry a lot of his current content.
Yeah,
He's still got the personality and everything, but
he would definitely be like average nowadays.
it'd be very difficult, yeah. But what was I saying before? Oh yeah, so like you mentioned Ludwig, which is incredible because he recently like I don't know if it was in a YouTube video or what, he mentioned that like or I think he's streaming and he mentioned that there was a YouTuber that he had met that was like just not growing at all. And he reached out to them and said like, hey, I want to mentor you and help you grow your channel. I'm not going to help you make any videos. I'm not going to give any resources, but I just want to like help you understand how this works and how to grow yourself. And now apparently that person has grown large enough to be able to like sustain themselves, their videos and streams, like they're able to like make pretty decent money enough to like it's their full-time job now. And Ludwig like refused. He said, I'm not gonna like come out and say, like, originally he was just planning to make a video about it, but he's like, I don't want to make a video because at that point it just feels like a I made you type video. But the other person
Yeah.
is coming out with their own video to kind of talk about what happened and to talk about Ludwig. So hopefully when they come out with that video, we can learn who it was. But like, it's
Fucking PewDiePie.
yeah, he met him back in like 2006, and he also helped Smosh get started. He's like, guys, you should do a Pokemon parody.
He's also
out in Sacramento, 2006.
He's also the mastermind behind all Mr. Beast videos.
So what if you just like get a helicopter?
You just blow up this guy's house and rebuild it.
Mr. Beast is like, I don't hate the guy, but he has made YouTube a very sorry state. Like, I don't like content where people watch him solely because they're like desperate for money. Like, they view watching Mr. Beast in the same way people view buying lottery tickets. Surely if I keep doing it, I'm going to eventually get a house. And it's like, buddy.
Like, I will be the viewer that he calls upon.
I will say the amount of, and this has nothing to do with anything other than like the amount of people that I see like do those challenges are a lot of times they're older people. I think, was it the one that some guys stayed a whole year in a fucking house?
In a grocery store?
No, there's one in a house. There's a grocery store one.
He does a lot.
But there's a lot of them. I mean, you name it, somebody like a cornfield, or that's actually a wheat field. Anyways, but it's like one of those things. I'm like, you're kind of exploiting people at the same time. Like,
it is a little
100%.
bit. It's also like the people he get are also already like you said, good personalities, and kind of some of them already are or become YouTubers based off of just being in a Mr. Beast video.
So he goes to the circus, pulls out some hula hoops, and tells monkeys to jump through them if they want peanuts. And it's just like, these are human beings. Like, at least some of the videos are like, I trapped my friend in a coffin for 24 hours. So it's someone he knows and it's a friend, but when it's like, the, what's it called? The what's that show? Squid Games. When he does Squid Games with actual people, it's like,
I had no idea
like
what you were
Barbie.
referencing.
I thought you were like Jeopardy or something. Like,
I was
No.
like, what is it? What is this tune?
He pulls out 100 people, and all 100 of those people are probably like in a situation where any amount of money would be life-changing for them, let alone like I think he's like offering $500,000 or something. But it's like, it's just a weird form of lottery and like just making people dance for him. And then he'll like, there's video of him going to a mall and there being like tens of thousands of people in the mall there for him, just like screaming like Mr. Beast. And it's like, they're not excited to see him.
They want
They're
his
excited
money.
about the prospect of money. It's like, that's the, I would hate to be a content creator like that, because people always say that like if you get really big or really wealthy, it's scary because you don't know who's real. You don't know who around you actually likes you for you, or if they like you for your money. And then Mr. Beast, like, he's just set himself up for that so hard. It's just like, looking at the people around him, they'll like him for his money. It's kind of sad. Like, his entire little career, like, the only time I've ever seen him have like an actual human interaction is whenever he like calls Ludwig onto one of his videos, or like another large streamer that doesn't care about his money but will still find it entertaining when he gives him a private jet. Like, I don't know, it's such a surreal feeling watching his videos.
Yeah,
I think that's also like, I also have this like weird feeling about like doing any kind of influencing, because I don't want to have that like face like, oh my gosh, I know who you are in real, like, I'd rather the people that I know in real life know who I am and not want to be around me because I'm famous or whatever. I mean, I'm not, but
starting
still, like,
OnlyFans.
that's yeah.
How
my
would people remind me to recognize
completely
me from my
round
butthole?
and faceless body just on there, just like ha ha ha.
That's some premium joke content.
um, but yeah, like I would kind of hate that. I understand why celebrities, like real celebrities, not influencers, I make them. There's a very distinct thing between celebrities, which did shit on movies but have a real life, and influencers where their stardom is their life.
Yeah,
If that
Mhm.
makes sense.
they're like D-list celebrities.
Yeah, because like with regular celebrities, like let's say Tom Cruise and stuff. Okay, Tom Cruise is a little bit different. Never mind. I was gonna say like what they play is not who they are, or Tom Cruise just plays himself.
Like Ryan Reynolds.
But yeah, like Ryan Reynolds. He's not he might be a good guy, he might not, but what he plays on the movie screen is not who he is in real life. Whereas like YouTubers and stuff like that, who they who they play online is partially who they are, other than they're just trying to get your money.
Right.
Not saying all influencers are trying to get your money, but that's the name of the game. You're doing it for a job to potentially make more money.
Yeah, like me. Give me all your fucking Twitch primes now. You're being held at gunpoint.
But yeah, no, I don't know, like I would hate that, and I've met like a lot of really successful people like in different market, like with real estate, or you talk about stuff that you
It's
don't
okay,
even know who
Uni.
the fuck they are, huh?
Sorry, Uni's like, I don't have Prime.
Oh, but yeah, like you see, like, but you don't know that they have money, and I think that's where I wouldn't mind being, is like where I have money, but I can go out to the fucking McDonald's or whatever and just get a burger, and no one's like, "Oh, you have so much money. Why are you just getting McDonald's? Why don't you go get a fucking steak?"
I don't know.
Maybe because
McDonald's.
I really want to.
The way McDonald's is right now, that is basically a steak. And-
Okay, if you
A
can't afford it,
$23
you
Big Mac.
probably should be going there.
They'd be like, "What? Joe's getting McDonald's? Like, jeez, how rich is he?" Just
Yeah.
those
God.
small fries. Just, oh my god, that might be worth its weight in gold. I fully get that. I do think it'd be like, it's funny for me to say because I do mostly faceless content. It would be cool to get like recognized out in the wild, just like from time to time, be like, "Oh my god, you slayed it," because it is very reaffirming at the beginning stages of just like someone recognized me and there's someone that get excited when they saw me, so that means that they enjoy my content. That's like, that'd be an incredible feeling.
Yeah.
But then there's the huge leap between that and like Mr. Beast would get trampled to death if he went to Disneyland.
100%.
You can't do those normal day-to-day things. He
Mhm.
can't go to the grocery store, and at a certain point, I feel like that would fucking suck. You can't do a mundane thing. You have to fucking be going to a fucking. I'm assuming what most famous people go to is a famous uh grocery store where it's like in a gated community, so you can go down the aisles with other famous people and like just be anonymous.
No, they send their assistants to buy food for
Oh.
them. They don't go shopping.
Yeah.
That's poor people stuff.
I
They're,
don't know.
they're too
No.
they're too rich for that.
That reminds me of a video that I saw of just like two people. Was Mr. Beast's candy bar called? Was it like a Feastable or something?
Yeah, Feastables.
I think so.
They're just
I
like
thought that was like a Danimals.
they're
Feastables.
recording them like walking up and like picking up a Feastables, just like, whoa, is this a Mr. Beast Feastables? And like at the end, just like they just be looking around like, where is he? Like, when is he gonna pop out? Like, Mr. Beast, we've been to 5 different grocery stores. Where are you? Like, come on, dude.
Oh my god.
No, Mr. Beast does have like the greatest barrier to people wanting to walk up and talk to him though. And it's the person that's on his videos named Nolan. Like, if I see Nolan in public, I'm going the opposite direction.
Oh my
Even
god.
if he's with someone that's going to give me $10,000. This is the most annoying individual that Mr. Beast brought on with the sole purpose of bringing on, like, he wanted to rope in the Roblox audience, and he got it with Nolan.
That's
And
crazy.
I have not watched him since he brought that man onto the show or whatever it's called. Like day one, I saw him and I was like, I don't like him. Never watch Mr. Beast again. Only ever see him on TikTok. I'm like, it was rough. He even made like a rap video, and I was like, okay, I kind of want to see how this rap video went. I lasted 2 minutes. I was in pain. It was
I was in Spain without the A.
pan.
Yeah, man.
Whoops, forgot the S. Wait.
Oops, just forgot the alphabet real quick.
S-P-A.
It doesn't work.
Getting one here.
But
Can I buy a vowel?
with channel points. Like I think that's just like a Mr. Beast effect though, like the barrier
Yeah.
and everything. Oh boy, a rock. Thank you, Slater.
What type of rock was that?
It was a rock.
It was a rock.
I don't know rocks very well.
Oh, like the country? Cool.
Sure. Country rock. Yeah.
I thought he said a rock.
Oh no, I didn't. No, we don't get politically.
How's that it's a country? What? It's a Charlie Brown joke.
Listen, I didn't have a childhood. Oh. 5 minutes, you just ASMR. I should probably turn off redeems for podcast. Yudi, I'm not gonna do ASMR because I don't want to scare Slater.
Hey there, everyone.
Yeah, no, just start slowly speaking into your mics.
Hey, Slater.
All right, guys.
I'm so glad you're here.
Oh, jeez.
Oh my God, Joe.
I'm sorry.
You did this.
Okay, okay, Blue. While okay, I have an ASMR thing because I think ASMR is really funny to do occasionally. I'm already deep throating my mic, so it's like doing more ASMR is just me talking quieter at this point. So I guess like that's kind of a thing. Like, how do you feel about like certain forms of content? Like, there's the new kind of Twitch meta where everyone's playing a video game on their fucking ass.
Should have been
What?
instantly banned.
Instantly be
You
banned.
understand that I have no idea what new things are anymore.
So
People will
yeah.
wear green shorts and then use it as a green screen to like have the actual gameplay on it. It's like a girl will be wearing something very skimpy and she'll be just standing there and then have a second camera behind her staring at her butt with Fortnite playing on it. What audience do you think that is targeted towards? Hint, they're not above the age of 18.
Well, no, I was gonna say the 14-year-old boy audience.
Yeah, the 14-year-olds that are.
Or it's the 40-year-old audience. One or the other.
I think it's just like lonely men in general.
That's true.
Put it on a different website.
Yeah, OnlyFans, Cornhub, any
But
of
then you
that.
have to pay for some of that.
Oh, no, I mean they can make it free. You can make OnlyFans free.
Oh. I don't know enough about it.
Nobody will do that unless you're doing it as a joke.
That's true.
There's a huge discussion and it like ultimately boiled down to people being like, oh well, if like they're getting viewers and they're making money, like you do you. And I'm like, Twitch is a gaming platform.
Yeah.
Very yeah.
I go like it's weird. I go to Twitch wanting to watch people that I kind of know play games, like even people I don't really know, like Flom. I see him, he's streaming right now. He's playing Counter-Strike. He always does. It's just a consistency. But there's people that like go to Twitch and go to a specific category and look for people not wearing very many clothing, and it's just like, eh.
Yeah, it's jarring because it's like this is gonna sound really weird, but it's like I did like a little research and I went to Twitch's category that you would find a large majority of like the swimsuit, the black bar, the fucking green screen ass. I looked at all of that and saw how many people were kind of doing that, and then I went to Kick and looked in the same category. There is more people on Twitch doing that than there is Kick. When I was on Kick, there was like maybe 2 people doing that in general.
Yeah,
And then on,
that is it's pretty jarring.
so it's like while Kick has like a bad like PR kind of air around it, I think Kick is not as bad as people think it is. And I think Twitch is getting a much worse PR because everyone's trying to do this like forbidden fruit, new Twitch sexy big titty meta. And
Well, that's like Twitch is desperate, and it's been going like the only reason Kick can even exist is because Twitch is a shell of its former self,
mhm,
and that they're allowing these quote metas to exist for so long just shows that the website's bleeding. It's not doing very well, and they are very desperate for money. Like Twitch
yeah,
is losing it, and it is so bad. Whereas like Kick, they're getting backed by like the biggest gambling company in the world. I don't think they're going to be bleeding money anytime soon. Like
God
I
no.
don't agree with it. I don't like that. But it seems like they have put out a lot of things that are like protecting and helping streamers and not pushing people to go to the extremes to get views, which is like both websites fail in one category and greatly succeed in another. And Kick just happens that they kind of treat their streamers a little bit better, and then Twitch took for Kick to even exist before they finally let loose people off their contracts, because like was it they signed Pokimane for like a $16 million deal, and then she just stopped streaming because she didn't have to in the contract. And it's like, what?
That's fucked. But yeah.
Yeah, that's what happened to a lot of the biggest streamers on Twitch. Is they were huge, they were pulling in money, and then Twitch was like, we gotta lock them in on our website, and they made a desperate call of like putting out a contract so YouTube, Facebook, or Kick wouldn't try to make bids to them. And when they got the contract, they did the bare minimum to hold it up, and it's just like, how embarrassing. How do you get someone that's pulling in like 60,000 viewers, or probably 20,000, pulling in tens of
Mhm.
thousands of viewers, and then giving them the opportunity to stop doing anything on your platform? They lost so much money with their contracts, and they just gave up.
Yeah. Like
But
even
wouldn't you do that same thing if you were offered that much money to not, and you don't have to do anything because of the contract? Wouldn't you just take the money and run?
I would probably start focusing on my videos a lot more if I had the time to. So yeah, definitely. But it's like, I wouldn't be like, I hope I don't get to the point of where like I can I lose my drive to keep making better and better content and videos
Mm-hmm.
solely because I've reached a place of contentment. Like I don't want to like, yes, I need money. It'd be nice if one day I do start pulling in lots of money, but I think that like if I ever get to the point of where other people are at, where I'm pulling in like $5,000 a month, which isn't huge, but it is big enough that it's like life changing, and I can do it full time, and we'll be able to start making content faster and better. But it's like I also do enjoy making content for my own personal reasons, and because I just simply it's something I enjoy. So like for someone to get the bag and then start doing a bare minimum, it just raises the question like, they ever actually enjoy this, or were they just doing it because it gets the money? And now that
Mhm.
they have the money and no longer have to put in the effort to get the same amount of money, they don't care. It's like it's yeah, they Pokemon very much made her statement of, I don't actually like streaming, I like the money. And
Mhm.
I think a good portion of offline TV is kind of in that exact same boat. Like Disguised Toast went to Facebook.
Yeah, he did, didn't
no,
he?
no amount of money could pull me over to Meta. Like, that's selling your soul right there. Like,
Zuckerberg
they have,
bots.
at the end of the day, like they do have fun. They do have like extremely privileged jobs, but it's just like I think it's time for a new generation of streamers to kind of take control. And I'm absolutely in love with the fact that Jinxie and Queso and Scratch are all coming in, and Sketch, not Scratch. They're all coming in out of nowhere, coming in out of left field, and they're like bringing in a new wave of content that isn't just people having their own like friend group, their own like special privileged clique that all exclusively play with each other unless they maybe need an additional person for Among Us and then pull in some random person that then gets blessed with like 2 weeks of viewership and then never gets seen again.
Damn.
Like, nah, there's like, it's crazy to see it, but like Twitch does have like a group of elites that all just only collaborate with each other and only talk to each other. And seeing people break through and just blowing up without having to correlate with them whatsoever, incredible.
Yeah, I do like that they like you were saying, Queso and Jinxie, and like it's kind of like a return to form almost, because they're doing the content that like a lot of people used to do. Because now for the longest time it's been like people kind of play video games, but they more do like the just chatting, like react content, watch Facebook, and like all this like not video games. And it's just like it's kind of refreshing to see that just come back while they are entertaining when they do it. Like they're high energy that people like because it's got like that TikTok brain rot kind of mind boom sound effect that hits them in the brain. It's like, oh, I like this endorphin shit coming out, and I appreciate that. I mean, that's what I try to strive for, is to be entertaining. And yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
I was gonna have a much deeper motivational thought process, but that did not pan out.
No, here's how it goes. Jinxie spent an entire year streaming to one person, a full 365 days at the least before he started garnering any attention. Queso most likely had the same thing. Ludwig had, like, when he first started streaming, he would, I think he said like he would play the piano or something. Like he like started off super slow. Like someone would stop by and he'd get excited and talk with him, and then they'd just leave. And this is just like, it's like the hazing ritual that every new streamer that has ever made it has to go through. And there are a handful of people that just skip the entire process, and it's, in my mind, really dumb, and their content really shows for it because they don't know what it's like to not have viewers. And so they just don't have that sense about them of like realism of like, this is an actual person that built themselves up. It's like, okay, you're just like, you're just handed this and you kind of ran with it, and people are watching you because you're related to so and so. It happens from time to time. It's a little bit odd to see. I don't think too much about it, but like all these big names that you think of when you think of content creation, PewDiePie didn't even start in English. He was like his his extremely famous video of him playing Minecraft with a little cobblestone tower and killing a pig, to him playing horror games for like a year.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that like there's no chance to grow. There's no big like, there is a chance, and the chance starts today. Like both of us, me and you, Scott, we've been going at this for a year. Like we have been refining our skills for so long. Like I started making videos back when I was like 15 or 16 years old.
Yup.
On like my parents had like an HP Pavilion 2007 or something, this old computer that was horrible, and I played Counter-Strike and recorded at a 16 by 10 resolution and made like 12 videos that are now lost to age that were just horrible. Like the only thing I distinctly remember was making like a joke about the chickens and having like little PNGs of the Stardew Valley chicken pop up. That's like the only thing I distinctly remember. I remember finding them a couple of years ago and like watching through them, and the only thing I could think about was like, why did I keep this in? Like I'm playing Dust 2 and there's just like 45 seconds of me slowly making it up long A. Nothing happens. I don't say anything. It's just me walking. I'm just like, why did I keep this in the video? Then I realized, oh, if I didn't, then the video would have been 2 seconds long. But like, it's weird just seeing like where I started to where I am now, and
Mhm.
just the progression. Like back then, I had like my brother's old microphone. I literally took screws, and like my parents got mad at me for it. I screwed like 2 little like screws next to each other at the top of like a cabinet that the PC was in, and hung the microphone off that from like the wire, and then taped it down up there.
Damn.
And then when I talked into it, it only had the left channel like active, so I had to figure out how to make it monotone. So it's like that's where I started. And I'm not saying that I've made any progress towards my goals, or I've grown at all, like with my actual audience or anything. But I will say that like the amount of effort and quality, and my capability of putting in quality has increased so much, to the point of where like I was actually like editing my like not my last Minecraft video, but like 2 Minecraft videos again. Big Chat Guys Plus episode 1. I was editing that, and I was like, I was okay with it. Like I put the video out, and I was like, okay, I'm kind of happy with this. Then I went to start editing the second video. I had like gotten through about like a minute of it. Like the beginning was like me making a joke about having like Takis and a Red Bull for breakfast, and then just like me going, I don't feel very good. And I was like editing it, and I was like, I took a day. I took a day of just like, okay, I'm not gonna edit. And then it turned into like I took a week, and then I took 2 weeks. Like it took a month for a reason for me to post. Where I just had like a an epiphany of just like, what am I doing? Like, what is my content? Like, it was a good video. I enjoyed making the video, but I realized that wasn't who I thought I was. That wasn't my type of videos. I'm not sure. Have you watched many of my videos? It's okay if not.
Uh, me personally, I watch pretty much all of them when they come out.
Thank you.
I found out about you like a week ago. So
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's perfectly fine. There's a channel on YouTube called Let's Game It Out, where like,
Yep.
I take a you know Josh?
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
I love him so much. I take so much inspiration from like all of his videos. Just like, hey there, it's Josh, and welcome back to Let's Game It Out. Today we're gonna be. All my videos start like, hey there, I'm Slater, because I love him. It's like it's my kind of homage to him, of just like, also me just not knowing how to like start a video. And I realized like I really love making independent content. Like I do like playing with other people. Like I know Unity and I are gonna be streaming she's gonna be streaming Baldur's Gate 3 later today, and we'll be playing with her. I love live streaming and like talking with people, but like at the end of the day, my heart and soul is always solo content, and like pushing myself to the limits, pushing my content to the limits, like having just an app, like a specific thing that I have full creative control over, and it's so much fun. And so like the gap between that was just like, how do I make this next video different? How do I go back to my roots? And the quality gap between the first and second video, like it's as though 2 different people made them. Where the second one, like a lot more scripted, a lot more voiceover, a lot more like I feel like it's just so much better of a video. And I hate to be rambling about this. It's just
Oh, I love it.
It's fine.
it's like I feel like the amount of effort that I put into that. I watched like 20 plus videos of just studying like other people talking about how they do their content, other people about how they pick their music, how they like choose their camera angles, and like how to kind of retain audience attention. And then like I would even watch Josh's videos and Let's Game It Out, and just kind of like try to figure out how he does what he does. He's a freak, by the way. He records all of his videos and his audio in one shot. So like he's playing a game, and everything in his videos is like his actual live reaction to the events that are happening. And in his last video, he like made a joke about like, I've even like, this is my first time seeing the daylight, and it's only 15 minutes into the video. He didn't script it. He just threw out a guess that is going to be around 15 minutes, and he said that at 14 minutes and 55 seconds.
That's insane.
Yes. And I was like, I saw that. I was just like, okay, cool. He also scripts his videos. That makes me feel so much better about myself. And then went down to the comments and someone asked, and he responded and said, no, haha. It was a lucky guess. I was like, I'm so done.
What the fuck,
Wait,
dude?
he doesn't do a voiceover? Like, I've watched a lot of his videos. I don't watch every single one, but I watched a lot of his. I thought he like does the editing and then does the voiceover afterwards.
So here's what I believe. Like, it is live commented. I believe he does desync the audio from the video a bit.
Okay.
Which, like, I don't want to say that he goes as far as like
Mhm.
he will see something and then say what would have been great to say leading up to it right after, and then desyncs it back a couple of seconds, so it looks
Mhm.
like it's entirely possible he does do that. But apparently people say like in his live streams he does call things like that all the time. He's just played so many of these like horrible simulation games that he can see it coming, and he'll like take a shot from left field and it'll like hit bullseye, and it's like, this dude's crazy.
He has a lot of videos too, and I think that makes sense over experience. You can do anything pretty much.
His first like year and a half when he was still playing with, oh, what was his friend's name? It was Josh, and I forgot. There's two people on the channel originally that are making videos, and I think they posted daily for a year, and they got up to 30,000 subscribers. And his friend left the channel because he got like his dream job basically, and then Josh kind of took a couple videos to kind of find his feet. Like, he
Mhm.
played solo through this one game where like he called himself Johnny Hotbody the entire time. It was so funny. But then like he found his like stride when it came to simulation games and like
Mhm.
just destroying them, and then survival games and destroying them. It's like it was interesting because you can actually see him just slowly evolve his content to the point of where it is now, where like you look at his channel and you can say, this is the guy that destroys games. This is the guy that plays games wrong. And that's who he is. And that's how you know he's gonna make it on YouTube, because you have like, this is who he is. This is what he does. I recognize him for that. Kind of like how Spiffing Brit does, like, oh, this is the guy that exploits games and basically like plays games how they're supposed to be played, but like his Skyrim video of like upgrading smithing and then upgrading alchemy and like tandem with each other. Like, you brew a potion that increase smithing, then you make gloves that increase potion making, then you make a stronger potion, then stronger gloves, and you just keep compounding them off of each other. It's like,
Mhm.
there's these people that like, you look at their channel, like, this is the guy that blanks, like small ant, this is the guy that does the most hardcore gaming challenges live on Twitch, and like you can see exactly how long he's been doing it while you're watching the video, and he voiceovers and makes great videos. And he's like, if you never watched Small Ant, he's incredible. He's like, what he does is insane. I'm not too into Pokemon, but I'll
Mhm.
watch an entire video of him doing an insane challenge where he's not allowed to heal and he's not allowed to do like specific things. Like, I think one of them he just wasn't allowed to move or something. I don't know. Probably not. That seems kind of insane. I know it's
Yeah.
I think that's like a big thing for people, is like trying to figure out who, like, you're the guy that blinks. I'll never discover it. I'm like, hopefully I do someday, but right now I'm like, who am I?
It,
I,
I
I,
was
It's
gonna
a
say,
scary thing to think though.
go ahead, Scott.
I was gonna say, mine might be long. I don't know if you have a short comment for that.
I will. Mine will just be like a quick question. That do you think because there is like an not really an oversaturation, but there's been so many things done that you like as a creator, not you, but like as people come in trying to find their own space, they are going farther and farther to be kind of new, and that actually makes it a better space for creativity because you don't like you do have so many people doing exploits and stuff like that. So then the next person, like, you have to do this to make sure you get like your name out there. So like you just have to, like, as new content creators come out, you have to have, I guess, that level of creativity. You can't keep doing the same thing everyone else does. Do you think the creativity is going to keep going consistently?
No, the exact
No.
opposite's happening.
Okay.
How many 100 days Minecraft videos I've seen? Like, I
Okay.
don't watch
There's a
them, but
lot of
like,
them.
someone gets a good idea and they'll have 1,000 people copy them in a worse fashion.
Okay.
Yeah.
People don't like being original, or they don't like having to come up with original thoughts because it's hard.
That's fair.
So my little thought before all of that was I've mentioned I say this a lot on my stream, and especially like any platform for the most part, is like you kind of, for me at least, I stream because I want to, and I'm trying to find what my niche is what you're kind of like trying to find out who we are kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And while I do stream for myself, and I think that's how a lot of people kind of should have a mindset. It's like you stream because you're having fun doing it. Uh, I specifically stream I love playing through my backlog. That is kind of the main reason I started streaming in the first place, is to get through my backlog and feel like it's actually worth something. Because if I wasn't streaming, I don't think I would ever touch like a single player game at all. Like I would just be playing like fucking Valorant or some shit like all the time. But I think it's a weird thing because it's like I am streaming Dark Souls currently. I mean, once I get a little bit better internet and then I can consistently stream again. But like those videos get uploaded just raw footage, all not entirely raw, but like enough to like get it out there for my own opinion. Like I don't think my passion per se is like YouTube. Like I commend you, Slater, for like putting in all the effort for like YouTube and editing it to the best of your ability. While I have the same goal to make my YouTube like videos better and better, especially the multiplayer ones. Like I will take the multiplayer streams and I will turn them into content. But like for the single players, for me, my YouTube channel, what it was made for my stream to just overhaul, like for memories, basically. Like all those like playthroughs I have of my channel is like Dark Souls remastered, and then I just take that and put it in there because it's like I want the memories of my first raw experience to be out there. And then if I decide to go back and do like a challenge run of Dark Souls, I'll cut it up or something into a more entertaining thing. So I think my passion more lies in streaming. But I also do understand like the growth outside of it, and like the starting point of any creator is very important because everyone starts at a different place as well. And I think like from where I started pointing a camera at the TV. That was like my starting point. And it was the most dog shit Call of Duty gameplay you could probably ever see. And it was just bad because it's like you could see the lines on the TV, you know, when you were like record a screen. And it's just like, dude, that is so atrocious to watch. But yeah, and then like you like finding your niche is kind of like where it is at. Also, hello Strix. But just like getting into your niche is like a hard thing to do because you don't know what's gonna work and what's gonna stick. And because I think it's also a combination of, oh, this worked, but I don't quite have a passion for it, so you have to go find another niche. And I think it's what works for you is like finding a niche that you enjoy, I guess. So like you were mentioning Spiffing Brit and like Josh and everyone, like their niche was destroying games, and they actually enjoy doing that. While like I could enjoy doing that for like a one-off, I don't think it would be my niche in general. And I think that's kind of like a mindset that people need to kind of go in with. Like you might not find what you enjoy right off the bat. I don't know. Does that make sense? Was that comprehensible?
Yeah, that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just it's interesting because like you're mentioning like niches and everything. I definitely do know my niche. I know what audience and what my videos are going to be looking at. and I kind of consider it myself as like the next like the evolution of let's plays, where like let's plays originally were like all about watching person play through an entire game. It's a dead art. Like no one cares about let's plays anymore. Mine is like very much a high energy, constant, like you will not hear me take a breath in my videos because I will go, and if I hear myself go I'll cut it.
Oh, dude,
Gone. Like,
100%. That's what I do too.
yeah, no, like my videos, like I will push sentences together to make them go a little bit faster. It's very much so a constant stream of thought. Like I know my niche, I know what I'm trying to hit. I'm just saying, like when I don't know like who I am in content creation, I don't know like if someone opens up my YouTube, I don't know who they're gonna think like, oh, this is the person that blank. Like this is the person that makes wiener jokes 10 times a video, which
Oh,
I've never
hell
actually
yeah.
made one of those. Actually, I made a handful of them. I don't make them very often. But like I know on Firestarter, like the old my Minecraft server I like to play on with my friend who
Mhm.
owns it, everyone knew me. I'm not sure if I can say that word. Everyone knew me as the stuff that comes out of wieners guy.
You can say cum. You can say cum.
I was the cum guy.
The cum guy. we the only things we can't say is like slurs and like harsh TOS things. Like fucking
okay.
shit are perfectly fine.
That was coming next. No.
Yeah, I bet you were.
No, it got so bad that like when the server restarted, we had to ban the word because I was going a little too extra with it. Built one too many winners on the server.
One too many wieners.
No, that's who I was, and it's dumb, but it's just a funny little thing that I played into. Or just if someone mentioned it, and I was just lurking online, I would just pop up out of nowhere. They'd be like, "How? What? I didn't even know you were online. I'm here." But like, I can't be that with YouTube. Like, I don't want someone opening up my channel and being like, "Come." He's like, "No, no,
The cum guy's back.
leave me alone."
That's your next 30 comments on your next video. Is just gonna be me going, the cum guy.
Bring out the nut. Stop it.
Leave me alone. It's the Akira meme.
I'm more than a fluid.
I kind of understand that, like being known as the guy of something, because like growing up, okay, little context. I'm a pretty fat dude. I've always kind of been pretty fat, and so to do with the self-confidence thing, I would always wear like a hoodie or a sweater. And even on like super fucking hot days, I would wear it because it was more about not looking as fat as I was instead of dying of heat stroke. I should have taken it off because I did almost like fucking pass out one day. But like I would wear a hoodie almost every day, never take it off. And people would be like, it's kind of hot today, aren't you gonna take it off? I'm like, no, I think it's kind of cold. And it's just like, so throughout elementary, middle school, high school, I wasn't in high school for very long, but and then like a large majority of college, I was known as the hoodie guy.
Yes.
Yeah, you know, like all my life I've been known as the hoodie guy that never takes it off. While I still don't really take off a hoodie and it feels like I'm naked if I go outside without a hoodie, that might be more of a self-confidence thing. But it's like being known as that, like I really tried like every fucking step in like schooling wise. Like, oh, I got to high school, I need to reinvent myself. Like every step I was like, I need to not be known as the hoodie guy. And I'm like, I want someone to know me for something other than the hoodie or the whatever thing I'm wearing. And it's just like, it just never works. It's like he's wearing the hoodie. It's like, fuck, dude. I want to be known as like the cum guy or something, not the hoodie guy.
Why don't you
I want
like
to be known as the
The cum guy.
you can find like a medium, like what's between a hoodie and cum? Mr. Cumsock.
Socks, yeah. He's got his
You're not
fucking-
so crunchy.
He's got his classic hard socks on again. Oh my god, dude, that'd be horrible.
Feel between your toes.
Moisturized. God, this is a bunch of guys just talking about cum, isn't it?
Oh my god.
Welcome to the podcast.
It was pretty insightful up until the
As soon as I mentioned, like,
It got derailed almost immediately.
I'm telling you, like, the amount of content I can make out of the word "cum" alone is just like it's why I avoid it like the plague at this point.
It's peak
Moment I
content.
mentioned it, podcast 90-degree angle. Like, we were going back to it sooner or later. It was not to be left alone.
We reverted back to our 15-year-old selves. I don't even know where I was going with the hoodie at this point.
I don't know.
Just not being stuck into one medium, I think, is like the moral of that story, I guess.
I thought you were trying to ask us how to find yourself.
Oh,
as an adult.
yeah, how do I take off the hoodie and not be fucking disgusting when I do it? How do I start my OnlyFans?
You put on a really cool graphic design T-shirt that you want people to see.
Was it just come in like the Doom font?
Oh no, but like really, it's all about like finding something else you're confident in.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like I definitely autism rocks. Thanks, Uni.
Oh,
Okay.
Or is that like andesite?
Yeah, pretty much. Nobody likes andesite. Okay. I as a geologist, I thought she was talking about like an actual rock, but I think Uni's just saying that like autism's cool type of thing. It's just like, ooh, a rock. Geology brain activated.
sorry. All I heard was autism rocks, and then just what are we talking about? I don't know because I didn't see the fucking.
I was mid-sentence with it and everything. I like completely. Oh yeah, the confidence thing. I
Yeah.
used to be like, back like 5-6 years ago. I didn't have a voice. Is how I want to say it. Like, I know I've definitely told Uni about this before. Like, every single week I talked differently, and anyone that ever like talked with me, I'm sure they just didn't mention, but like I would like evolve in, like I would talk like this for a little while. I would kind of talk like this for a little, like I would just keep changing my voice because I didn't have the confidence in who I was. And like when I'm making faceless content, that's the only thing I have going for me. And then at a certain point, like I just remember is in the middle of a Counter-Strike game. I was just having a horrible day. I was like a couple of rock stars deep, and I was just talking in my normal, natural voice. And a guy was apparently on a Discord call streaming to his girlfriend, and he turns on his mic and he's like, "Purple, my girlfriend wants to say you have a hot voice." And like that was the exact moment. It was on Mirage. We're on T side. I remember like looking over to him and everything. He was towards apps and everything. I just remember everything about it because that was the exact moment. And I was just like, huh. Like all it took was just a single compliment, and then ever since then I had like talked in my natural voice and normal voice, and I've like it's the one thing that I get compliments on. Like playing Valorant, people will just randomly compliment it. I have had like friends that just like tell me that they will watch my videos solely because of my voice. I'm just like, I would also watch the video because like I put in work. But, like
No.
it's one of those things where like at the end of the day, it's not about being being someone else or trying to hide who you are. It's just being your best self, and like understanding who you are is the best person you can be.
Mhm.
Because like I spent so much time trying not to be me, and the moment where I was just so beaten down that I gave up and was like, I just don't know who to be anymore. I don't know who like I'm supposed to. When I was finally myself was when I started like seeing the most positive results, and I was like, huh. Wow, that's weird. I, and,
Whoa.
and to a degree, I still do like have a little bit of filter on. I will like kind of go exaggerated, or like when I'm talking, I will have like a little like twinge like thing or two that I like. Oh, I'll sneak in there just to, like kind of keep my confidence and like
Mhm.
flow going. But
Mhm.
like at the end of the day, like my voice is it's me. It's
It's
just me talking.
me.
I'm not too worried about it. And it's like if you feel like you need to take the sweater off, or like you're like working so hard to take the sweater off, just keep it on. Like this, like if it makes you feel happy and confident, just keep rocking it. Like
Mhm.
yeah, when there's a heat stroke, like take it off,
No,
please.
never.
Like
Don't-
find a way to like a shirt that you're wearing, or like something that just like makes you feel happy when it's not on or something, because like it's hard to like equate to my voice. I'm like trying to come up with like an analogy that like
It's all good.
moves over, but it's like
The hoodie became an analogy halfway through my thought process,
yeah,
but
like
I mean, it is based truly on wearing a hoodie. But
oh yeah, I understand that. Like I used to like put my microphone through a lot of filters and post production on Premiere. In my
Mhm.
last video, I didn't do it at all, and it's kind of like that, where like after long enough of me kind of dipping my toes in the water and like trying to get more comfortable with my identity and my how I present myself, it reached the point of where I was just my last video. The only thing I ran it through was a software to like levelate all my audio. It's called Levelator. It just equalizes my audio so it's all consistent level.
Mhm.
It doesn't change how I sound, doesn't pitch my voice up or down. Zero Premiere filters, not even a denoiser somehow. And
Interesting.
it's by far like the happiest I felt listening to myself in my life. It was like the most like shirtless version of my voice I've ever presented myself. You can go back and watch my very first video. I was watching it the other day, my very first how I rejected the hottest guy in school. My voice sounds like I was running it through like an FBI software, like I know where the money is. Like, if you ever want to see your family again.
That's great. Um, yeah, I mean, it like the confidence is like, I've built it up throughout the years, at least for my voice. Like, do I wish I had a sexy voice like you do, Slater? 100%. But like, uh, I've come to like know my own voice and like my own voice and know that I'm not gonna be like corpse husband or some shit with like the fucking hot like, oh yeah, the fucking bad girls or whatever the fuck. And it's like I like my own voice being a little bit higher as well, but it's just like when I was first starting out, like I hated my voice. That shit was annoying as shit. I was like, who is this fucking like preteen, no balls having ass? Like now it's like now since the balls have dropped out, I, I'm okay with my own voice and I can edit through it. And it's still a little struggle because like if I go record something immediately and then I immediately start to edit, I'm like I already know what's gonna happen and I'm a little bored with my own voice because it's like I already did that. But like if I go work on a video that I recorded like a couple of weeks ago, I am like perfectly content and like I actually do find my own content enjoyable, which is like a big step. Because I used to not think my content was good, and that was like that's not a good mindset to have. But now I actually do enjoy what I produce, and I think that's a really good mindset for any content creator. Is like, do you enjoy what you make? I think you said that earlier on. Um, but yeah, like I've gotten used to my voice, and it's like I think I have the opposite issue. It's like I have a well, like not you current, but like old you when you said you didn't really have a confidence in your own voice. I think I have a slightly opposite of that where it's like I like my own voice, but I am very unconfident in my like different voices that I can produce because I immediately like what I'll immediately like do a voice like oh my god and then I'll feel embarrassed about it like 2 seconds later and it's just like oh why did I do that everyone's gonna hate me and it's just like And it doesn't help when I'm, one of my goals is like to go do voice acting. It's like I kind of have to put on different voices,
Mhm.
but I also do want to improve my own regular voice. Whether that's like, I don't know. I don't even know how you make a better your own voice. Like I don't know if you can practice default voice. Like,
You just speak loud and pretend like you're talking to someone that's across the room from you.
I mean that is what I've ever since started streaming. It's been like yelling. Like I'm deep throating my microphone and almost basically yelling. I'm like, oh, fucking this goddamn foam in my mouth. Fuck. God. But
You already do this well, but like for people out there that are also like inconfident about their voice, one big thing is talk slower than you think you need to do. Like especially when doing like present if you're just like nervous for a presentation for school or something,
mhm,
slow down. Like you want to feel like you're talking slower than you need to because it sounds natural to everyone else. If you start picking up things and you're just like, okay, so like my presentation today is about this, blah blah, blah, you're going like to you it feels like you're getting the information out there, you're doing great. It's too fast
mhm,
and you're nervous and it's showing. Like the step one to confidence, like to well just not even confidence, the step one to faking confidence is slowing down,
yeah,
because that is the sign that someone is calm and under control, which is kind of synonymous with being confident. Calm and under control and very much so sure of what they're doing. it
mhm,
is it is not extremely fast paced.
yeah. I do understand that to an extent. I I still do need to work on it, and a lot of my pauses is more of me trying to think than anything.
Hmm.
But yeah, I do understand it to an extent, and I think streaming has also improved that aspect of my life. It also has made me more extroverted. I don't know if that's a the thing that like streaming does for people, but like I've always been an introvert. Like I've kind of been a little extroverted, but it's like streaming has boosted my confidence in talking to people and my improvising skills. I like just trying to like think of stuff on the spot that could be somewhat entertaining for an outside audience. Translating that into actual life is very beneficial to just like maintaining a healthy mindset and probably friendships.
Hmm.
Uh, I just detoured the shit out of that. I'm sorry, but like, I just think streaming in general is like a really good like effect because I'm a little bit more out there and like even the people I know purely off of just the internet, I do consider like some of my friends because it's like I can have the same conversation I have with Joe that I do with you, pretty much. And that's just like a super like friendly conversation where it's like no trying to fake who I am because it's like you either like me or you don't type stuff.
Hmm.
But yeah, I think streaming has a lot more benefits besides just can I get millions of dollars as fast as possible. But
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, definitely. Oh no, I just agree. Yeah.
I mean, mine with confidence, totally different way. I never like talked to people on the internet. I grew up just not having internet. So like for me, if there's one guy particularly, sucks to say that in 8th grade, I bullied the shit out of that guy.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah,
I'm
we
not
love
talking
bullying.
well, I'm not even like talking this I was like 4'9". I was bullying like a 200-pound, like 6 foot, pretty much a linebacker.
God
I was
damn.
this yeah, no, I I was terrible to this kid. And then all of a sudden, I think we were was it sophomore year of high school? We pretty much start kicking it off. We were on the swim team together, all that sort of stuff. So you already have to be a little bit confident just to go out in front of like everyone in just a tight swimsuit. Um, but I will say, after I started hanging out with this guy, my confidence increased quite a bit, and not because of him, but I think it's his charisma kind of rubbed off, and just like start talking, start doing stuff, and just start interacting with people. And I think the moment I interacted with people is the moment I started getting more and more confident. Same thing like with streaming, you're interacting with wide variety of people, and you're I think that's with a lot of confidence is just interacting, hanging out, because you don't because when you're like kind of closed off and kind of scared, I don't have enough confidence. I feel like there's this like, well, what if they don't like me? But the moment you start talking to more and more people, you like, I don't fucking care if they don't like me. If they
Yeah,
don't like me, they can shut me off or they can walk away or whatever.
100%. And that falls into like the entertaining thing that I've
Mhm.
said probably on multiple occasions. It's like, if you don't find me entertaining, you do not have to watch me. Which is such a it sounds like an asshole thing to say, but it's like it's true. Go find something that entertains you. I am doing this strictly for myself as well. But it's like if I don't find like I do the same thing. If I don't find like I'm just gonna use you as an example, Slater. If you put out a dog shit video, I'm gonna be like, I'm not watching that. Why would I waste my time? I mean, it's not ever gonna happen, but
Oh no, yeah, like if I put out a video that I can't even watch, then I'm not gonna post it where I think like, oh, maybe someone will watch this. Maybe this is someone's target audience. Like, no, I am my first target audience.
Yeah.
And like if I go back and I'm just like, that was boring. That's why I don't stream too much because I don't like I don't really like watching back through my streams too much because I'm like, like it can be fun, it can be funny, but I'd rather just stick to content that I am a lot more comfortable with.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, definitely. If I make something that's bad and I post it, I'm just like, there's no point. Like it's just, I want to believe that I have at least a minimum quality level set for myself, like as a threshold
Mhm.
before I can post something. But like, yeah, no, I would be driven insane if I ever posted like even like 8-minute video that just was not good.
Yeah. I kind of have the same idea. It's like at least for like the TikToks I produce is like I'll like I think I have a stricter like funny gauge like for myself. It's like if I go through and start clipping through my streams to find like clips and stuff for the TikToks and to make them into them, like maybe I'll find it funny during the grabbing process, but like I'll look through the stream and see what did I do wrong, maybe what can I improve type stuff, while also like clipping that I think is funny. But like I've definitely gotten comments where it's like you are a lot funnier than you give yourself credit for, and it's like but I still hold myself to a standard where it's like if I can't even make myself laugh in this video, I don't think anyone else will laugh. While some people may laugh, if I can't do it for myself, it's not a worthwhile TikTok. And I have a backlog of TikToks that I have ready. Oh God, okay, let's just show it on stream too. Fuck, why not? I have a backlog of TikToks and stuff, and I go through here occasionally. I'm like, is this an actual good TikTok still? Even after like the editing process, like I'll maybe like edit something in the moment. It's like, oh, I love this TikTok, or it's like a good TikTok, and then like a month will go by and I still have it, and I'm like, and I'll rewatch it, and it's just like this is not great anymore, and I'll just straight up delete it, even after all the like effort I put into it, which is not a lot. I don't put in a lot of effort. maybe that's different. I don't know. Maybe I do, but it's just like, yeah, I don't know where else I'm going.
You know, I understand that. That's why I do like having my like I don't want to say voiceover, but like non like live content for YouTube. Where like if something isn't good and I'm in the editing process, I'm just like this is bad. I have the ability. Oh, my voice whistled. I have the ability to make it good. I can go in and I can make changes. I can re-record stuff. I can change the flow of things. I have full control. Like the only thing I can't change as exactly what I did in the video, but even then, I can kind of do my best to give the illusion that it's not what it originally was. So
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like that's like the big difference between like having to go from like a live stream to live stream to TikTok, from like a video to TikTok, because like
Yeah.
I feel like I have a lot more control. But even then, like I just don't like TikToks because I feel like I always hold myself to an insane standard, like even higher than my YouTube standard for when I'm posting to TikTok. I'm just like, I don't want to go through that trouble. Like I don't want to go through a full editing process for a medium that I don't really enjoy creating for. So I'm just gonna.
Mhm. Yeah. I don't know, Joe, jump in. I'm thinking.
What's your favorite season? I, I didn't have anything.
Spring.
Spring. Okay, that's great.
Thank you. That gave me enough time. Still not think, but like the no, it didn't give me enough time at all.
Wait, what?
I was trying to think of something relating to that topic, and I just can't form it into words or like have a proper idea of how I want to say it. So, but yeah, Uni's got a great topic. What's your favorite rock?
80s.
Fair enough.
That's a pretty good rock.
I mean, me personally, I like the 90s.
Oh,
Are you talking about like 90s grunge rock or
Yeah.
You're just- I don't know, maybe.
I don't know what grunge rock.
Okay. I'm not gonna explain it because I know I'm gonna get it wrong.
Like some good old Slate. Let me tell you about Slate.
Fuck.
I've got a lot of shit to talk about with Slate.
Oh god.
Okay, Joe, chill.
like for being metamorphic, it's okay, I guess.
I guess. From what the Asbog told me, the Asbog test, it's really good at trapping hydrocarbons.
Oh
Are you
man.
sure about that? Is that what the Asbog told you?
Oh yeah, that's exactly what it told me. Fuck that Asbog test, dude. That shit was hard.
Just like the slate, am I right?
Oh yeah, boy. Yeah, but not as good as a porosity agent though. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
It has its time though.
Oh no, sediment's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Has a lot of cleavage.
Cleavage.
Pretty sure Slate has like one of the worst cleavage.
I think so. Dude, it's like the one part of geology I don't really like.
I mean,
The rock part.
Dude, there's so many fucked up words in geology that are meant for one thing, but in like a non-geology mind, it sounds so fucked up.
Oh yeah.
And it's really funny to just come out and say the words because it's like the meaning for it is just very funny, and it's just like it means something completely different than what like somebody would be offended for.
The worst part is it's always taught by some really old dude.
It's an old white guy that is just like,
and then you're just like, is this like supposed to be said like this? Or are you just not changing with the times?
I don't like the rock part of geology. Is that a quote from me?
No, it's a quote from me.
Oh, okay.
I'm a pretty big fan of Coming Tonight.
Yep.
Oh, dude, I love when it comes out of Dick Eye too.
I was going to suggest that we make a spin-off podcast, and it's called The Coming Tonights.
Oh my god.
And it's like an after dark like podcast. Like,
God. We would need like 4 other people in that podcast at that point, dude.
I'm on r/geology memes trying to find these words, and just the comments are just killing me. There's only 5 responses, and one of just, that's hilarious. I love this so much. I'm like,
coming tonight. Wow.
Coming
Oh,
tonight.
gosh.
Haha, classic. ...
Jesus fucking Christ.
I love and hate geologists in just general, and and this is coming from somebody that just graduated with a geology degree, because if you ever talk to a geologist like that's been out in the field and not just a graduate, but like somebody that's been in the field for years, they're the craziest fucking people in the world. Like the amount of bullshit you'll start talking to them and they'll just talk to you about absolutely nothing. They're either it's the research or they're ready to fuck with you.
I hate you so much later.
I don't know what it means. The top comment says, it took me a minute 16 hours ago. Also, just shout out to the banner of the subreddit where they still use a rage comic in it.
Yeah, that is crazy. Dude, this is an old ass one. Also, it's right here. The OP even said it.
Dote, pair of dough, peridot.
It's a gem.
Yeah,
Gem.
the actual word is peridotite, but or peridot. Tite is like the like a metamorphic version of it or whatever.
It's not the sparkly version.
Yeah, that's
They
the
said I don't get it, and they spelled don't with
Yeah.
DOH.
fucking-
That's classic geology humor right there.
Oh yeah. Oh dude. Fuck. I stay away from that subreddit, dude. The shit, fucking geology memes just fucking they get me going, dude. I'm like, dude has to be so not memes, but more of like the people that are so ignorant about the world. You know, it's just like like I hate the comment every year. Where it's like the Earth is only 2024 years old. And I'm like, I'm gonna fucking bitch slap the shit out of this person, dude. I swear to God. Or it's like volcanoes, just plug them. I'm like,
My favorite thing is when I told my girlfriend's parents, that I was switching from engineering to geology, and they're like, "Why would you do that?" Like her dad was fine, but her mom would just like, "You can't make any money being a geologist." I'm like, "Okay, there's money there." I like water though, so if you want drinking
like
water,
water.
fucking come to me.
I'll make you have clean water.
She's like, "You can't make money being a geologist." I'm like, "I'm pretty sure I can.
I know.
Give me one of those mines, I'll find you some fucking nickel."
I also took like a drastic turn in like education because I went into college wanting to do computer science and like programming, and then I was like, this is hard, and then I went to go fucking do geology, and it's like, this is also hard.
Dude, I didn't like mine just took like a different type of engineering path. I went from mechanical engineering, trying to work with prosthetics and work with like integrating it into the human body and how humans would interact with it, to geology, and it's just a different type of the same fucking math.
Yeah. But
Instead of just like, how does the earth work with humans, instead of how does humans work with mechanics?
yeah, dude. Okay, so I liked physics and calculus, but it's like getting into your niche in college for some reason makes that math and science like way more bearable and more fun and more understandable. Like
Yeah.
physics, like regular general physics was like, I kind of get what's going on, I kind of understand, and then it's like geophysics. I'm like, oh hell yeah, now we're talking. Like the same fucking problem, but it's like the earth moved fast, and it's like instead of a bullet, it's like, okay.
I don't know if they helped me, but made me think of more complex questions that the professor's like, what the fuck are you saying?
Okay, well, that's just you in general. A lot of
Yeah, especially when we're talking about, was it hydrofracking, and fucking like, oh, we can create earthquakes. Can we use earthquakes constantly to create more energy? But it went to the point where I was like a mad scientist asking a professor that's 60 years old, like, hey, so if we keep creating, if we just have a constant earthquake going all the fucking time, can we use that excess energy that is released by seismic waves to store it up and then use it for alternative energy?
I was in that class
like,
when you asked
what?
that question, I'm pretty sure.
We didn't have the class together. That was the funny part.
Wait,
And I asked him in person, not in the classroom, and I'm just like, can we use earthquakes constantly to create energy? And he's like, what are you fucking talking about?
Shut up, Joe. I feel like that's the most responses.
I think he was also really fucking confused too, because that's just like a fucking mad scientist.
Later, are you still on geology memes?
This is
No, he's tough and a little wacky.
this is a website that said 10 geology puns that'll rock your world.
I fucking hate that. Oh my. Got the degree, but doesn't mean I fucking love the geology. I do. I actually do. But fuck, dude. I mean, fuck, we had the nature in the background. That's enough geology for me today, bro. Fuck.
Oh my gosh, look at all those layers over there.
Oh my god, look at the I gave up halfway through.
I was gonna say, Scott, I'm gonna unsubscribe from you now.
That's a good rock.
So many fractures and jointing. I want to strike and dip that rock. Yeah, it's looking like a good thrust fault right there. Might strike and slip into them DMs. I'm gonna end it all, bro. I'm gonna fucking die. Gosh.
Oh, God.
It's not your fault.
All I remember is faults. God,
At least they're not the faults in your stars.
They're not even touching. How could there be faults in my star?
Dude.
Gosh. So has anybody been playing any good video games?
No.
Okay.
Slater.
No. Mostly Minecraft.
Mm. Is it worth playing Final Fantasy VII, like the remake?
Oh, someone that I know would tell you that.
No, it's terrible. Okay.
From my point of view, it looks pretty good. Like,
Okay.
really good.
And this is coming from somebody that's never played Final Fantasy VII, only Final Fantasy 13, and I love Final Fantasy
Okay.
13.
Well, you should know that answer came from someone that has never played a Final Fantasy game.
Oh, so it's great. It's an amazing game.
But I have played a ton of JRPGs, so it does actually look like a fun like JRPG.
No, right now I'm playing Persona 3, the remake.
Oof. No spoilers. I want to play that.
Okay.
But like, tell me how it is.
I like it for being a JRPG. I personally like it.
Okay, because I've played I played through Persona 5 Royal, and I absolutely loved Persona 5. So if it's anything like Persona 5, I will probably love it.
Okay. Yeah, no, for me, is there a thing, and this is just a really stupid fucking crazy question that I probably should have just looked up on the internet.
Probably.
Have you played? Was it? Oh God, it's a Monster Tamer like Tension 5 or. God damn it! Why can't I ever remember video game names?
Are you talking
off the
about
top of my head?
Shin Megami Tensei?
Yes, that one. Okay, so I have that one, and then I also have played. There's a So my question is, because a lot of the demons or whatever,
Are the
I
Persona
played.
monsters?
Yes.
Well, yeah, because Persona's a spin-off of Shin Megami.
Okay, that's what I was asking because I played another one that I'm like, why the fuck are the monsters the same in this game? So basically, a lot of the games that use the same monsters are spin-offs of that.
Uh, I think for the most part, because Shin Megami Tensei came first, and then
Hmm.
Persona was a spin-off. Because like the first Persona game was, I think, called Shin Megami Tensei Persona or something.
Oh, okay.
And that's how a lot of, I think, spin-offs work. Is like they say the name of the actual game, and then their own original title for the game.
Hmm.
Because I think there's like other spin-offs for Shin Megami Tensei. There's like Shin Megami Tensei Joker or something, or never mind, that's Dragon Quest Joker, and that's like the same. Like Dragon Quest is a thing, but then Dragon Quest Jokers or whatever is like a Pokemon spin-off. Not
Okay.
not from Pokemon, but like a spin-off from Dragon Quest that takes the Pokemon like formula.
Okay.
So like I think a lot of spin-offs do that. It's just like you have to go back in time to figure out if it's a spin-off or not.
That works.
What was the name of the game?
Shin Megami Tensei. Or Persona.
Oh yeah, I've never seen this game before in my life.
Okay.
I don't know any of the Persona games. You mentioned Dragon Quest. I was just like, wait, is Dragon Quest? But no.
Well, I mentioned Dragon Quest because it's like another JRPG,
Mhm.
and I am a big RPG person.
I love JRPGs. I don't know why. I don't like Pokemon that much. Actually, I do.
I just lied.
I lied to you guys. I'm sorry. Pokemon's okay. I like the old Pokemon. I don't like the new shit, but I do like JRPGs because they do switch it up a lot. I feel like most JRPGs.
I do love it when my anime waifu tells me I'm a good person.
Okay. Yeah. Is that what you like doing?
Yeah, I get self-fulfillment
Okay.
from video game characters. All these good compliments I get from real people doesn't matter. I need my anime waifu with giant knockers to tell me that I'm a fucking nice person.
Gosh.
Self-fulfillment needs.
Are you telling me if I just become a VTuber and just have my same voice,
Yeah.
but just have like an anime like girl and just like, yo Scott, you here already? Yeah, you're a good little boy.
Okay, not like that. Jeez, if I got called a good little boy, I would probably fucking leave immediately. I'm talking about like standard compliments. Like if I I don't know.
I think Scott's just putting on a face for the show right now and is trying to tell you that is exactly what he wants to happen.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
let's start commissioning a, let's see, size E? No, double F model.
I'll keep my username the same, Joe. It will be Joe Dirt, and then we're just like completely the whole fucking time. You just show up and like, why the fuck is this? Like,
Who is
it's like, dude,
this?
it was for one specific person, and now I have millions of followers. I don't know what happened here.
Your whole niche is just complimenting people that had a rough day.
That you interact with no one but Scott. If Scott's down in chat, you're not even talking to chat whatsoever.
You're just sitting there like twiddling your thumbs until I show up. It's like, all right, the stream happens now.
24 hours just sitting there, just waiting for Scott to show up.
48-hour stream later.
Scott's a good little boy, and then
And then I leave.
we shut it off.
Someone gifts like 8,000 subs.
Call me a good boy next. No, but I
You're
hate you.
not.
I
As we yell, the massive
And the
honk
funny
is
thing
just
is,
like,
if I do that, I would not like. It's like, dude, I am a guy behind this. I'm not like trying to hide it from you.
no, don't ruin my dreams with big mommy milkers. Oh my god. That almost hit on a topic that I was about to like that I just thought of like people that give you money or like any bit of validation, not validation, but like people that give you money like through donations or bits or whatever. Like some people just think they're entitled to like whatever they want you to do. Like you're a little puppet.
Dude, if you give me money, you give me money, but I'm not gonna do whatever you ask unless we had a contract there.
Yeah, $20 is not $20.
I mean, it is.
But for the action,
For the action is different. If somebody gives you $20, like this isn't $20.
this is a $5 bill.
I asked for 20. Give me 5 more of them.
Inflation, bitch. Let's physically see your physical currency going down in value. It's lowering. I gotta spend it now.
It's bad. At one point in my life, I owned $1 of stock in the US dollar, so I owned $1 of a dollar.
Pretty based.
And I'm like, huh, the US dollar hasn't gone up or down. And it's
That's
like, the dollar's
crazy.
pretty solid.
Whoa, this Bitcoin real taking off. USD.
I looked at it too, and it's in USD. I'm like, what's USD? It's only $1. I'll buy it. And 6 months later, like, this USD has not changed at all. Fuck this.
It's been fucking 25 years of my life and it hasn't changed a single cent. What the fuck?
I don't know why I brought that one.
The $20, man.
Oh god. My brain hurts now.
that was a good one.
Oh gosh.
Oh. That whole
We're
topic.
running out of topics.
Well, the topic I was on just turned into fucking how the dollar hasn't changed.
I mean, if you really want to check out the US dollar, if it's doing good or not.
Yeah, let's go look at the US dollar stock. US stock exchange. Let's see. USD. This is not what I wanted.
What are you looking up?
But this is the first result for the here's more. What is USD in the stock market? The US dollar index.
Yeah.
Sure. I don't know
Sounds
actually what to
fun.
look up for that.
I know. I don't even know anymore. Scott, why are we in a movie theater?
We're watching the scenery.
Okay.
What would you rather
have
be?
we been talking during a movie this entire time?
Yeah, but there's
I
been.
think so.
But we're the vocals.
Dude,
I sent you a picture of this last night. I'm like, we're in a movie theater. Are you okay with this like scenery for the podcast?
Yeah, I know.
And you're like, okay, dude. I said yay or I said yeah or nah, and you said okay. like that's neither what I asked, but like okay.
I mean, it was okay. I don't know what else you had in mind.
Well, it was either that or we're sitting because like what we used to do was just the full screen video and we would just be like in one of the corners or some shit of like the video. I was like, oh, let's change it up and get a little like fancy with it. And it's just like not really fancy. I fucking cut out the movie theater, like the screen part. But like the other idea was just doing the same thing as last time, but I put us in chairs.
I'm already in a chair, so
Yeah, so
you're in the chair.
I was like, this motherfucker's in a chair. I'm gonna put him in a chair in a chair. Not a fucking toddler. Doesn't need to be in a booster seat to fucking talk.
You don't know.
Mommy, I have a thing to say. Get in the booster talking chair.
Okay.
Like the fucking talking stick. And I don't know if Slater wanted to be subjected to being shoved into a chair. He might be a free man and want to stand.
Standing for 2
Yeah.
hours sucks.
That's also true. So, nice weather, right?
Yeah. I'm looking at a wall.
I bet you are. Um, I do have other ideas.
Okay. Did you want to bring them up? Because we're at a loss.
Yeah, okay. So I have an idea of maybe like updated life goals. I know we kind of hit on this in like a previous episode of like our leaving marks on the world and what we want to do in our lives. So for us, this would be like an update on, you know, if we have anything new to inspire for, or you know, any updates on progressing in your life goal, and then maybe like getting an idea of like Slater's life goal, like what you want to aspire to. I don't know what it is, but yeah, I think that's a fun idea to kick off on.
Yeah. I mean, Slater going first.
Anyone that wants to chime up.
I mean, it's definitely difficult to say because like I'm still trying to figure that all out, and just like I don't know, I mentioned before, like the one main goal I'm kind of aiming at is like 50 videos. That's like my first kind of big milestone, and then after that it's gonna be 100 videos. But it's like my entire like process is I want to get to a point where I have an actual system down to assist me in making videos and getting the next step done at like faster and faster and keeping my quality and increasing quality while I'm at it. So just I don't know, I'm just working towards a very rudimentary goal of 50 videos. I'm currently at like 18 or something, so I'm not even halfway there, but I'll get there eventually. I'm working towards it.
Okay, I think that's a pretty fine goal to have. I mean, like that was kind of my goal as well when I was doing like only YouTube. Like, okay, I can get to this amount of videos that are like decent enough. None of those videos were that good, but like that's besides the point. As for like my update on life goals, it's like since I've talked about it before, the life goal was leaving my mark on the world, which is like kind of the reason I started streaming, kind of the reason I kind of started YouTube. And then I hit that goal through neither of those, and hit it through a research paper, and I deemed that good enough. For my mark on the world is like I have a research paper that will be out with my name on it eventually. There hasn't been really any updates on that, but like I think on the streamer side of marking the world is like I'm making all these like strives, and I've told a few people about this, but I have a couple artist friends that are helping me out making a vtuber model that will eventually be debuted, hopefully soonish. But there's a whole new like Scott that's basically gonna happen because it's like a different shift in like my tone. It's still gonna be me, but it's gonna have a different like theme to it. There's gonna be like like my personality is not going to change. I'm still going to be the same person, but it's more of like I'll have a model to go along with it and a little bit of lore. But yeah, that's an update on some of my stuff. Yo.
I totally forgot what my what I wanted to do. I guess, dude, like I'm starting to go to the gym. I just graduated, which I'm really excited. I mean, I'm just kind of working right now and then applying for more and more jobs. I will be at the what is it, the GSA conference in
Mhm.
Spokane coming up, and I'm super excited about that one.
GSA stands for Geological Society of America, just so
Yep,
people
if
would
you
know.
didn't know that.
More
And
like
I'm really
gay
excited
sex
about.
adults.
Got him.
Sorry.
What?
Sorry. You can continue.
Uh, yeah, no. I heard generally sexy adults.
That too. Yeah, sure.
But anyway, um, yeah, no, I'm really excited to start talking to people in that field and figuring out what I want to do. I mean, dude, I don't know, I'm just ready to live my life and not do it for school and do it for what I want to do and figure out what that is.
Right. That makes sense. But yeah, I think like all those opportunities, like GSA is great for networking. Slater's video goal is very nice because that will not only put out basically more exposure every video that you do put out,
Mm-hmm.
but like people can also network through the videos and stuff because I think you look at your comments when you get some, right, Slater?
Right. I get like 2 comments a video, so it's hard not to.
Dude, I'm gonna start commenting on every video like, "Hey, that's great. Do you want to collab today?"
Oh my gosh. I've gotten those before. And like I don't want to sound bad, but like the answer is always gonna be no. Like,
But
like if
Slater,
And
someone's like, "Wow, I love your Minecraft video. Want to collab with me?" I'm just like, "You do not want to like sit and like record 20 to 40 hours." Like I go to their channel, I'll watch their video, and their video is like 12 minutes of just like them playing 12 minutes straight with like maybe a jump cut every here and then. I'm just like, we, our styles will clash. Like you will have like 28 videos out by the time I think I have enough recorded to make one. But I do take it as a compliment though. I think when people like go to my videos and they watch my video, I just take it as like they see me as someone that has potential to like grow.
Mhm.
And if there's someone I don't know already and they're just some random person, I'm thinking like, okay, they want to be in one of my videos. So if I do blow up in the future, they can point at it and be like, that's me. That's me. That's me. Come watch my videos too. So like that's why I'm like, that's not why I'm hesitant. I'm hesitant because I don't think that like I'm great with collaborating in videos specifically. Like my last video, like there was multiple instances where I was like talking with a bunch of different people and doing all sorts of stuff in that video, and like in the recordings I cut all of it because I was just like, I don't feel like having to edit around like different conversations that don't really add much to the comedic value or like progression of the videos. I was just like, the whole strip club thing, like we were in that club for like 2 hours. The video, I was there for like 10 seconds.
There's a strip club in Minecraft?
We joined the server and they were building one in the end,
Okay.
and they brought us to it.
I was just like really confused. I'm like, where is this?
I saw that and it was just like, I was like, oh damn, there's a strip club. And like I think almost the following clip is like, Yuri, I can't shake my blocky butt or something for this
I
anymore.
can't keep popping these pixels.
Yeah. It was
I
like
actually focused on alliteration on that one.
like it's an actual like
It's funny though, because when I was like writing it, like there's a lot of alliteration and like different like techniques that I use throughout the video just to kind of add emphasis to things I say. So it's I do put a lot of effort into scripting. So like popping my pixels. I could have phrased that a million different ways, but I ended on popping my pixels because it had the two emphasized P and P. It's just stupid little things.
I think it works, and like that actually like adds to the video, and it's like a memorable thing that people will like actually take away from it. It's like, that was an amazing video. I love the popping pixels. Well, maybe I don't know if they'll say that outright, but like I think it shows your passion for like actually like making good content. Meanwhile, my scripts are do it if you want. Lamau.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if you've seen my Scott Docs video, but that shit is so fucking like deadpan, and like the whole I put the script in the description so people could like read it instead of watching the video, and it's just like like there's so like creative freedoms in the video where it's just like, that was not in the script, and I just improvised some dumb shit, and it doesn't help at all. But yeah, I think that's a place for this whole like podcast in general.
I've low-key had to go to the bathroom for like the past hour.
Loki also
You could
same.
have told us. You could have left me here to talk about absolutely nothing.
I wasn't sure if there's like an intermission. I was just like kind of hanging on there. Like,
we can. I usually just hold it in.
yeah. Well, no, I mean, we're closing it up here. So
Yeah,
like,
but yeah. So like I
throwing
think
all the
that's a,
plastic bag on the ground.
There's an after
yeah.
chat
There's an
too.
after party.
So there's usually the podcast, and then for another hour to 2 hours afterwards, we talk.
Yeah, I usually yeah, that could be the intermission, but like for for the video, it's just thank you for coming out here, Slater, for being our first experimental guest for this podcast. I think it worked out great, and I loved hearing and learning more about you for the most part. Where can people find you?
I'm on Twitter at the cum guy. On I hope someone actually has that tag and it's just it wasn't this role. No. No, don't follow my Twitter. Literally youtube.com/Slater. That's the only place I'm really active. Go and watch all my videos twice so I get that viewership number.
Oh hell yeah.
It helps boost me in the algorithm.
Fair enough. I'll have everything he wants linked down below in the YouTube video. But for people on Twitch, thank you for coming out. You can also find Slater on his Twitch. That's linked here already. But as he said,
you're
yeah.
more likely to find me on Twitch, on Uni's Twitch, than on my own Twitch, if I'm being honest. Because she streams more than me.
Also true. Yeah, I think that's a good end of the cycle for today, and I will see you in the next podcast.